Okay, well, I have decided that I need to do something. I've recently sold my last project car that I got bored with because I'd fixed it, and I don't need to buy anything else because I got too much other crap. So I think it's time to at least get this poor thing running again. It's probably semi-obvious based on the shape what it is, or maybe not. But the last time it's ever been at a track would have been 2007 maybe. So we're probably over 9 years. And the last time it's ever run, probably a couple of years after that. It's been a while. I'm getting sick of just having it sit here wasting away. Got a lot of good parts on that thing. So I think today's task is going to be to get this thing out of here, off the trailer, and maybe pushed into place where the other toy is. My 04 SRT10. She's fun. Stupid, but fun. But we will see how all of that goes. I'm going to attempt, probably vainly, to hook the truck to it and back it out of this cover without having to move my travel trailer. But I am uncertain that I'm going to be able to do that given the length of the truck and where everything's parked. So we will see how that goes. I'm also going to try to find a tripod so I can set this little thing up and record the disaster. Maybe I can trim it down and make something entertaining to put on the internet as we start to do this. Anyway, I'm going to go try to find a tripod. Yeah, well, it ain't the best thing I've ever built, but since I can't quite find what the heck I did with my tripod, I think I loaned them out. We got creative since the threads on this thing are apparently 1/4 So there it is. That's going to suffice. Close enough. Well, apparently this crappy camera has an auto power off function that I wasn't aware of, because it didn't record the most interesting piece of the faff. It really wasn't that bad. After I got some air in the tires, had to pull forward a little bit, but I was able to get it out. And there it is. So, not too terrible. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. I didn't hit anything, didn't foul up the trailer, didn't do anything stupid. Yet, we will see. But, so I guess for right now, I'm gonna get the cover off of this thing and see about getting her off the trailer. First thing I'm going to do though is move the SRT so I have somewhere to put the thing when I get it off the trail. And there she is. My 1980 Firebird Esprit. It was always a good car if slow, as I put a lot of emphasis up front in making it bulletproof, because I had big intentions of putting a lot of horsepower in it 25 years ago, practically when I started building it, and never got around to it. So it was the quickest but slowest 14-second car on earth. It won a few races here and there. You can see a New England Dragway, Wisconsin International Raceway, that's where I first built it. Raced it a lot in Paris, Texas back in the late 90s. It was a good car, but you know, when you only got a 240 horsepower at the crank, 350, there ain't much you're going to be able to do with it. And you know, it wasn't terrible. Never had a traction issue. My 60 foot, I think we're in the 180 range, but it just had nothing after 330 feet, since you had to shift at about 5,000 RPM because of the shitty cam in this thing. So yeah, so there she is. I lightened her up as much as possible. Took those big crash bars out of the doors. That was fun. Saved about 30 pounds. Safety from the 80s. Yeah, got the fuel cell in the back, battery in the trunk, so I had to fill up all those holes. Yeah, painted over the damn sunroofs, because ain't nothing worse than sitting in a glass sauna down south when you're racing most of the time. See, the white balance on this camera is going to be fun, I can tell. I got to get a better camera. But, well, I guess now we're just going to get her off the trailer. Well, that was easier than I had expected. Yeah, now I got to get creative because it ain't gonna run. Hell, last time the biggest issue I had with it was the damn contacts on my Flaming River shutoff switch had gone completely corroded and wouldn't do anything. So I had to take that all apart. So I'm sure that's going to be part of what we got going on today. See if I can get anything going. Then I know I'm going to have to drain the fuel system. And honestly, this car's always been a shockingly stable runner. So if the history of it, if the history of it is any indication, that's what it's going to need. It's going to need a battery and some good fuel. And if the carburetor ain't too fucked up, it may run today. The other fun part about this thing, which makes my life a little difficult right now, is it's got a Detroit locked 9-inch in it. Which you might be able to hear click as I try to back this thing up. Now, mind you, I'm trying to back this up downhill. Okay. So that's fun. So, there's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to push it uphill into the carport. And that is what this little implement's going to be for. It's not just for lawn mowing. Well, here she is in the garage, or carport anyway. And it's been a while since I've even opened this hood. See if my stick is still there. Yeah, it is. I did this. I don't even remember where the hell I used to set this damn thing. Where did I put this? Huh. It used to work at some point. Oh, there it was. That's where it used to go. Boy, I tell you. Well, looks like the business end stayed clean. Yes, that is a Holley strip dominator on an 8-to-1 compression 350 with the worst 76cc heads ever made. And no, that's not a wood spacer. It's phenolic. But good carburetor I'd put on it. That was a really good carburetor. I think it's a 650, I think, because this thing again doesn't turn more than about 5,000 RPM based on the crap cam that's in it. Well, like I said, my expectation is that once I break all these fuel lines, put a new filter on it, empty the fuel, get a battery in it, this baby should run. Because Why wouldn't it?